Team like this, you just can't let that happen.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They start with a give to counter. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Omaha.
Murray now to throw. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Murray's throw here into the hands of Moore.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Here's Murray. He's going to look deep for Moore.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Smith. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
To throw again on 2nd down, Smith.
That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Smith.
Now wasted time going right back to DK Metcalf. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Smith throwing again. And Walker has it.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Cards are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
A final shot before half for Murray. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Connor on first down going to be stopped up as he'll lose about 3.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Here's Murray. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Draymond Jones with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Check smash. Check smash.
From the 27, Smith being chased out left. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Check that. Street. Check.
Here's Smith. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Cut 19.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
They run again with Walker.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Smith.
And this goes out wide for Drake.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Smith on 3rd down. Touchdown! DK Metcalf, a 24-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the 3rd quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Murray off play action. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first.
Murray a give, this is Connor.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. One of the best in the last decade or so, Bobby Wagner in to bring him down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
Hey, did you have one of those backyards that you had one of those, like, mats or pits like you have for high jumpers? And, you know, you had your friends throw the ball and you tried to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
you just did it with the ground?
Absolutely.
That explains your
Concrete.
toughness. That explains your toughness right there. Because I think that guy was raised just like you. What a catch.
And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied fourth quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game fourth quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting.
Sticking with Walker on second down. 60 yards rushing for him now to this point.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
So they'll try to move the ball closer here on third down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. He dumps it off to Drake. And some room to maneuver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Move. We got three. We got three, fellas. We got three. Shoot.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion.
A third down now, and those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Smith buying time to his left. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Smith. He'll buy some time, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. He'll wind up losing 10 there, a full 10 yards, so that one hurts. And it brings up 3rd and goal.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Smith now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Myers' kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Murray's throw complete to McBride. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Murray to throw. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
He's got Connor. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. Down to a knee, here goes Smith, and that should all but do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair, low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So the victory here for Seattle. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Seahawks,